Guyana's parliament approves funds for the country's elections commission. And in sport, Trinidadian batsman Nicholas Puran excited about his World Cup debut. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Friday, May 24th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break. The Guyana Parliament has approved $3.4 billion for the country's Electoral Commission, but Finance Minister Winston Jordan told the House the funding was not being granted in anticipation of the ruling by the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, on whether the no-confidence motion passed against the coalition government was valid. The approval came without input from the main opposition, People's Progressive Party, which is still boycotting sittings of the National Assembly. We get more in this HGP News report.
The Elections Commission GCOM received the House support for a supplementary provision of $3.3 billion to meet additional costs of conducting regional and general elections. According to Minister of Finance Winston Jordan, the sums recommended for the Guyana Elections Commission is more than 99% of what they requested.
This provision, I want to say today, is not in anticipation of anything that the CCJ may or may not say or decide on. It is one in keeping with the President's commitment even before the matter went to the CCJ.
Finance Minister told the House
that after the Guyana Elections Commission chairman wrote to him requesting funding for the actual holding of the election, he had committed to giving the Elections Commission the resources for the conduct of those elections.
The minister added that irrespective of the ruling of the CCJ, the monies will be made available to the Elections Commission for them to start the process relative to the conduct of the elections.
Now, GCOM says the $3.4 billion will cover all its expenses for the successful hosting of general and regional elections, whether those elections are hosted this year or next year. The Commission says the earliest time it could host elections would be at the end of November. Over in Trinidad, Chairman of the opposition-controlled Mayor Rio Claro Regional Corporation, Glenn Ram, has been charged with corruption. He appeared in court yesterday on two charges, one of accepting a bribe and the other of corruptly soliciting a $1,500 bribe, and was granted $100,000 that's $100 TT bail. Ram's arrest prompted a response from the opposition United National Congress, UNC, which described it as part of a plan by the ruling People's National Movement to hurt the party in the run-up to the general election. His legal problems come on the heels of the arrests of two other senior UNC members, former Attorney General Anand Ramlogan and former Senator Gerald Ramdeen, earlier this month on corruption-related offenses stemming from an alleged conspiracy to financially reward themselves with fees from legal briefs from the state. Police in Grenada said today they have launched an investigation into the circumstances in which a Venezuelan national who was rescued at sea last week fled a public hospital where he was receiving medical treatment. Last Friday, local police received a call from the crew of a vessel traveling from Trinidad and Tobago to St. Lucia, informing them that a man had been rescued in the waters between Trinidad and Grenada. Police said the unidentified Venezuelan man was determined to be in need of urgent medical attention, and he was taken to the General Hospital in Grenada. But he subsequently left the hospital without authorization. A senior official of the Barbados Defense Force, the BDF, has been charged with 2 counts of communicating with the enemy. Lieutenant David Harewood of the Coast Guard goes on trial next Monday on that charge, as well as 1 count of conduct to the prejudice of good order and military discipline, and 1 count of neglect to the prejudice of good order and military discipline. The BDF gave no details about when the alleged incident occurred or which enemy the senior military official had communicated with. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Welcome to this year's 50th Caribbean Broadcast Union Assembly on the island of San Andres. San Andres is a small archipelago located in between Jamaica and Panama in the western Caribbean Sea. A lush, exotic island rich in culture, history, gastronomy, and breathtaking scenic views. Known for its beaches and 7-colored crystalline waters, the island of San Andres will be proudly hosting this year's event. CBU members will enjoy top-of-the-line accommodations for an unforgettable experience in San Andres, connecting Caribbean nations through this year's 50th edition of the CBU Assembly.
Left-handed Trinidadian batsman Nicholas Pooran is hoping that fulfilling his dream of playing in a World Cup coincides with a successful campaign for the West Indies. The 23-year-old was selected for the May 30th to July 14th ICC showpiece after only a single one-day international in which he failed to score against England back in February this year. Now, Pooran says he's looking forward to lifting the coveted title.
I would love to, do special things for West Indies cricket. We have a really good bunch of guys now. A lot of young talent. We are definitely looking forward to the World Cup. Not just myself, but I know everyone else in the team is looking forward to a successful World Cup. It's been a while that West Indies won the 50 over World Cup. We are confident. I think once we're confident, anything can happen. It would definitely mean a lot to the people back home because we have a lot of passionate fans, and they really want to. I know they're gonna get behind us and they're gonna support us. So we're gonna try our best and try to bring this home.
He's won the first 2 World Cups in 1975 and 1979 under the legendary Clive Lloyd, and were losing finalists in the 1983 tournament, but have failed to make a grade ever since. They will enter this World Cup under the radar somewhat with their unflattering record in recent years, leading the pundits to rule them out as serious contenders. But Pooran believes if West Indies play strong cricket, any outcome is possible.
Yes, definitely, very excited. First World Cup. Dream is always to play for West Indies, at a World Cup. Hopefully this year, we could be successful, as a team. And hopefully at the end of the day, if we do the right things, we can be successful at the World Cup. So definitely looking forward to it.
And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Until then, good afternoon.